believes in a holistic education. And so CAS is that opportunity for students to further develop themselves, engage with their community, and learn from their community in a reciprocal way. While they're sharing information or assistance, they're both learning and they're both benefiting. We also want to encourage students with CAS to find a passion or link to a course that they're taking and delve into it a little bit deeper. Ultimately, it's to help you broaden your perspectives as you have, and really you are the initiator and the spark to activate change in your communities and then also globally. And I love this platform, Yohung, because it does allow all of you to identify in your community what could be done to connect with our community members, make relationships, and create sustainable relationships and projects. But then also to come back to this platform and share with our colleagues and friends globally where they might be able to join in on a similar type of activity or with you, whether it's in a local context or more of a global context. So it's been really exciting to be able to be here today just to share with you about why CAS is relevant in the IB, but also how it's important to any student or any individual globally to engage that creative and innovative idea in a way to benefit society, whether it's artworks and murals, whether it's actually getting into the community and helping them rebuild or identify services and create those services to activate that. To activate those ideas with others. So without any further ado, I can't wait to announce the top 10 clubs this year who have demonstrated going into the community and making a difference. And as you do go and approach voting today, think about some of the reflective pieces of this. When you hear and you've learned about it, how did it make you feel? What did you think perhaps ethically was done well and how you can take that on? Or even some of the emotions and unintended consequences that may have been there or not. So all of these are great. So I hope that there shouldn't be any unintended consequences, but it's always something good to think about because even I can go into the world thinking I'm doing something wonderful and not even think about the unintended consequences because I'm not a part of all the different cultures. Even though I consider myself a global citizen, I'm still learning and I'll continue to learn. So Yohang, would you like me to just read the names and where they're from or also the little snippet of information?
Yes, please.
That's great. Wonderful. Yes. Well, thank you for that. I'm just going to move my screen a little bit so I'm still looking at you while I'm reading. So this is just in order it was sent to me. The first individual school was Tawheed Iranian School in Dubai. Their club is led by Harry Hagani and moderated by Miss McGinn Sadat, the IB CAS coordinator. And I do apologize if I say anybody's names. I'm doing my best. This club designed and implemented effective measures to reduce energy consumption by assembling sustainability teams to be responsible for switching off lights during off hours in school. Through presenting the SDGs, tracking the electricity consumption via utility website, and documenting its project in action, the club has made a substantial impact on its community. The students also collected and recycled plastic bottles throughout the year. The second school is Valley Mamar Gular Sosyal Bilmur Lisesi in Istanbul, Turkey. And their club is led by students Ase Nisa Palabayikli and Isa Bentul Arhun, and moderated by English teacher Mr. Oskan Aktugan. The club jumped into action where one of the most destructive earthquakes hit Turkey in February 2023, which impacted more than 13 million people. The students mobilized the whole school by conducting a bake sale to raise funds for the children who lost their homes and families. Meanwhile, BWB clubs around the world sent their love and solidarity. So thank you for that. I had a personal friend who lost a mother and a grandmother in that, so it's wonderful to see this action. The next school is Taipei Sai Xing Private High School in Taiwan. Their BWB club is led by student Mia Ni and moderated by English teachers Miss Wendy Lee and Miss Annie Zhang. The club students considered many ideas to support the various SDGs and decided to focus on volunteering at PAC Taiwan, a local NGO, to clean local parks and help at a stray dog shelter so that the abandoned animals may find loving homes. Throughout the year, the club students also celebrated holidays and shared traditions with their club members around the world. The fourth one is George Washington Academy in Morocco. Their BWB club is led by student Noor Hatemi and moderated by her IB CAS coordinator, Ms. Katour Benkadi. The club chose SDG, No Poverty, as their focus of the year. Throughout the year, the students organized bake sales in the school's Christmas market and rose sales on Valentine's Day. From setting up information tables at events to making presentations to new schoolmates, the club students took pride in building a community that enjoys giving. St. Andrew's School in Bolivia, they're led by Sofia Rojas and Sarah Ramayo, and they're moderated by their middle year principal, Mr. Eric Fernandez. And the club conducted workshops about mental health focused on preteens. The students wanted to help the younger schoolmates to understand the importance of self-care and learn ways to achieve balance, especially during harsh times. This is great to know for, I think, anybody. 6 is Green Bay High School in New Zealand. Their BWB club was launched by students Lily Melville and is now led by students Bella Wright and Krisha Karapal. The club is moderated by Deputy Principal Miss Elaine Webb and Director of International Education, Ms. Katrina Piezo. The club jumped into action to support the community devastated by the earthquake in New Zealand on February 15, 2023. The club students volunteered at Vision West Center and packaged food for families in need. In the end, they served hundreds of community residents and realized the power of teamwork. What a great example of teamwork indeed. 7 is Los Sauces European Private School in Spain. Their BWB club is led by student Alba Martinez under the direction of Ms. Marit Vasquez, head of International Department, supported by Mr. Patrick Langahan and English teacher Ms. Miriam Gill. The club launched its campaign, Lending a Hand to Everyone and Everything, this year by conducting numerous events, including visiting a local senior residence, collecting clothing for the earthquake victims in Turkey, and more cultural activities. Number 8 is Strawberry Fields High School in India. Their BWB club has been led by students Rushil Dagger, Manat Kaur, and now Gulnaz Gill. The moderators are teachers Ms. Geta Pasi and CAS coordinator Ms. Aditi Satyapal. The local action project designed and implemented by the club is Pink Week for the purpose of raising funds and awareness of breast cancer in support of a local nonprofit, Chandigarh Breast Cancer Trust. The week-long fun filled school events included Dress Pink Day, street play, bake sale, and more. The students raised Indian rupees 90,000 for patients who cannot afford treatment. Wonderful. And number 9, Villiers School in Ireland. Their BWB club is led by student Rowan Beddows and moderated by the initiator of I Educate Global, Ms. Fandy Dinning. The club organized a book drive where students brought in books of any genre for the purpose of supplying a mini book swap at the school cafe. The club students promoted the book drive by conducting a bake sale. They plan to collaborate with other schools in the area to strengthen our educational community and allow for an expansive resource of books for students to use when desired. Wonderful. Knowledge is power, and sharing that knowledge is great. And 10, Redwood High School, USA. Their club is led by Lucille Wong Reineski and moderated by science teacher Mr. Mark Summary. The club researched what is needed in their community and decided to focus on helping women who are homeless. The students conducted bake sales and collected donations to give to local women's shelters. From contacting the shelters to advertising the bake sales, the club students donated more than $600 to the community in need. So these are the 10. They were all wonderful. I know I made comments and a colleague tells me I shouldn't say anything, but they were all just so great. And it's such a wonderful way to see how you went into the community to identify within the community that you can work with all of the things that they might have needed and how you can help in various different ways. So I applaud each of the 10 schools, and I can't wait to find out the results. So